Welcome back to another episode of The Amazing Survivors, where in this episode we are talking about...
Episode 6 of Survivor, Season 46.
It's fantastic, y'all.
I feel like this season is finally to the point where there's actually some good gameplay.
There's some stuff going on,
some
right?
excitement, something to give me looking forward to. Like last week was great, but this week I think it just built up a little bit more, and I'm getting excited to see who's going to make it down to the final three. But we got a long way to go.
So this time I actually wrote some notes down.
Yeah, we got notes.
Some of them I don't even remember what I meant by it, but let's go.
Well, it starts out, they're back at Siga.
Yeah.
Mariah knows she's on the outs.
Yeah, because she was cut out of that vote. She didn't know how anyone was voting, which is never a good sign.
Always tells you that you are on the bottom.
Yep.
But they, like Tim, Ben, they all try to console her, like, hey, you're still a valuable part of our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I'm Mariah in this instance, it's just like, well, yeah, you want me to be a valuable partner, but now when we merge, I'm out of here. Yeah. Because I'm not taking fifth.
Yeah.
There's no
100%,
way.
100%, for sure.
Like, you guys just screwed me.
Yeah.
And so, I'm out.
Know. Yeah.
So
100%. So we did get the merge.
We did.
Which was pretty exciting. So during that, Hunter has to scramble to get his eye.
Yeah. So like Yano and Siga, they get notes. Get in the boat. You got 10 minutes to get in the boat. So they're coming to Nami Beach. So Hunter is very excited, doing the airplane run around.
Just to get out of there. Just to leave.
Goes and gets the box, gets a clue, has to come back, and he says, I'm going to go vibe. And just sits on these stairs. And so, and I thought it was hilarious, though, because in the background, you got Soda and Venus going at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious. Because I think they're just getting so sick of each other in that tribe.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, Hunter finds the key.
Finds the key in the stairs, had to dig it out. He just sat on the stairs and was like digging around him, and it was great. And then someone came down. I can't remember who came down. Liz came down, and he's like, "Hey, come on down."
Yeah. She's like, "If you see my shoe or something like that," he's like, "Oh, we'll find it."
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, I left my rope or something. So I'll go get yours and mine." And so he runs back and gets the idol.
Gets the idol, which is awesome. So that restores his vote for that portion.
Right.
He still can't vote for this next tribal because of the little journey he went on.
For sure. But he's got an idol now.
He's got an idol.
That's great.
So so now, like, as far as advantages go, Tiff has an idol. Mm-hmm. Hunter has an idol. Tevin has an extra vote. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's all we got.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That's what I have anyway.
All right, so they all get together and everyone's kumbaya and just like everyone's kind of loving being all together now.
Yeah, so they all come together. Okay, in this instance, what would you do? Like, the merge comes. Yeah. You know there's some people you definitely want out on your tribe, but how are you going to maneuver that?
Man, I would just be so friendly to everyone and just like play it out. It just like depends where you're at, right? Like Mariah, she knows she has to get something going with some other people, right? If you're like Q, you're going to want to solidify not only your alliance from your previous tribe, but also that alliance that he talked about with Tim and Hunter.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, there's a lot of dynamics at work where you want to be like friendly and like talking to other people, but you want to let your people know that you still have their backs.
Yeah.
Even if you don't. Like you definitely want.
Yeah, and
everyone
it would
feel
be
comfortable.
And these guys have seen, like 44, and they see the tribe that's lost the most kind of bounce between the two big tribes and whittle them down and get to the end.
Right.
So part of me is like, okay, yes, you got to solidify your group, but there's some people who are going to jettison. Tevin's very, very vocal about Venus wanting to jump out. And so it's good for him and Hunter to get with Q and go, hey, are we still good here? Because you have to have you have to have people coming in the back door, if you will, to solidify your group to get you to the next stage.
I don't remember. I don't have it in my notes. Did they talk about that 6-person alliance before the competition?
Coming up.
Yeah. So Q, Hunter, Tim. Yeah. I can't remember if that was before or after the competition that they had, the Unity competition. I think it may have been before.
Well, it's before because Q talks to Maria.
Yeah.
And she's in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's like, Tim, you have to solidify this.
Tim seems super sketchy.
But I think Tim was kind of not very perceptive in the sense that I don't think he's really that close with Maria. I think he's better off with Charlie or Ben.
Right.
Because you didn't even tell her.
Right.
And she's
but then Q calls him out.
Yeah.
And is like, dude, you got to tell. Are you with us or what? And he just seemed super sketchy the whole time. And I was like, dude, I don't know if this is your personality or what.
And Q kind of talks about that later on. He's like, oh, I don't know if I can work with this.
Right.
And I think Tim has now done the damage on both sides because now Maria's like, hey, you're not Sega strong.
Right.
You might as well go. And now everyone else is like, well, you weren't with the 6, so why are we going to keep you around?
Yeah. So it was kind of a bad move on his part, I think. Yeah. But
I feel like if you're going on a journey and you make some sort of move like that, you have to come back. And after you tell everybody, you get that one person, and you're like, hey, just FYI. You are my number one.
What do you think about this? I got approached for this. Whether we do it or not,
this is an option.
Yeah. And might as well play both sides until we have to choose one.
Exactly.
But not to tell at all. And so she's like, what are you talking about? That makes you look so bad to everyone.
Exactly. And that's going to get around camp really quick.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what Tim was thinking on that one, but it's not. That's not good gameplay for long term.
No, come on, Tim.
Oh, man.
Okay, so then we go to the challenge.
Well, they also have a little scene here where Q is with Mariah, and he's trying to feel out where the crack is.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but Mariah, this is where you come clean.
Yeah.
This is where you're like, you know what? It was not unanimous. She says it was, which, oh my gosh, it was driving me nuts because, no, this is where you come clean because this is basically Q giving you a lifeline. Hey,
100%.
We can work together.
Yeah.
Come over. We can make this happen, and you can get farther in the game.
Yeah, just tell them. I'm
Be
on the
honest.
outs. I'm on the outs. Yeah. Everyone did this. I didn't even know.
She did the exact opposite, and spoiler, that's why she went home.
Yeah.
I mean, too little too late, as Q says, but...
Yeah.
Right there.
We'll talk about it later, man... Venus was doing everything she could to go home. I felt
my gosh. And playing way too hard, too fast.
But
and
So
here's the thing that I do say about that, and I'll wait till the end.
Yeah.
Because there is, if I was in that position, or not Venus's, but others, I'd tell you what I do at the end.
All right. So let's get
challenge.
The challenge then. So this was just kind of your run-of-the-mill obstacle course. They split them into 2 groups. Whichever group won got their buffs, and they got a dinner, food, and then the other group had to go to tribal council.
Well, they all go to tribal, but the winning team is immune.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Do you like just the rock draw, or would you like a schoolyard pick?
I would like a schoolyard pick. The rock draw, as we saw in this, was very lopsided. But the other team ended up doing pretty well. But it was basically all the guys minus Charlie. And then Tiffany got to choose which because she
real hard choice.
Yeah, right. So it's basically this obstacle course where height had a
huge advantage
on
for
it.
For sure.
They had to go under a net in the mud. Then they had to go up.
They had to help each other up, or no, they had to push that block or that cart
with all the sandbags.
Bunch of sandbags.
And then they got to a place they could pile more sandbags on, and then they got up a thing,
up onto a net.
Then they had to go down the net, and then they went to this big boulder thing, and you had to get up that and then up
onto the platform.
And then the puzzle was up there.
Yeah.
So right out the gate, the orange team was doing way better than
they were smoking
purple.
that net.
I was just like,
Q was slow.
Yeah, everyone on that net sucked. I was like, what are you all doing? But Hunter was a beast. Obviously, Shocker. Hunter, you're amazing. Like,
killing it.
Freaking, yeah. Like, and I was just like, is orange gonna win? And you could see like Tiff on her face sometimes. She's like, uh-oh. Like, how is this possible?
Yeah, for real.
I mean, so that went pretty quick, and then you could kind of see the disadvantage once they got to that
cart.
The cart with all the sandbags. Just the strength of the purple group, like, was
not only that, but Soda, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's extra weight that these people aren't going to be able to lift as well. And that, I feel like that's a little detriment.
Yeah.
But, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So
they both kind of get their carts to that. I think that the orange team had to load up more sandbags to make it taller so they could get up. Purple did pretty well, just like boosting everyone up, and then Hunter just like jumps up and like pulls himself.
Well, I feel like you could like jump, get the rope, and if you can do a pull up, like you should be able to get up fairly easily,
right?
And then just continue on. The backside, that bouncy net, I hate that thing because
I thought some people were gonna die.
I thought people were gonna just break their ankle.
Yeah,
because it is so scary looking at their ankles going down that thing, or they bounce and they get contorted, and oh my gosh, I don't love that.
Yeah, I think it's a recipe for some disaster.
It's like
it was pretty close on a few people. It looked like.
Yeah. And I'm just like, man, just have them jump in a big old thing of mud again.
Yeah, right.
Because my gosh, I work in the medical field, and so it makes me very anxious when I see these guys jumping in. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna break your ankle or your knee or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then we get to these boulders. They're just these big balls, I don't know, 6-7 feet tall, something like that. I don't know. And you have to get up that and then up onto the platform. Once you're on the ball, it's super easy to get on the platform. But people were struggling. Everyone was muddy, so it made it a little slicker.
Slippery, for sure.
I personally thought Orange had a way better strategy on that, where they got someone up there and they were on the ball pulling people up.
I think so too.
And
why not do that?
The purple team, they were just kind of like boosting people up and then just get on the platform, but then that made the last person, Hunter, I think it was, like pretty hard to get up there.
Yeah, it would be rough, but
like just kneel down on that ball and grab his arms and get him up.
Yeah, I think it would be so much easier just to always keep one person there. It's like, okay, we'll just boop, boop, next one.
Get him up. Human
last one, I mean,
thing.
even if you have to, I think you could put 2 people on the ball to help that last person up. And then easy peasy.
Super easy, but they struggled a little bit with that, which, whatever.
Yeah.
They were still ahead going into the puzzle. It was like kind of a weird puzzle. They had like...
They've done this puzzle before.
2 people working on the bottom. Once they finished, then the other 2, it looks like they did the sides.
2 sides.
And then the other 2 people did the top.
Yeah. Which I love. I love that everyone has to try.
I agree. I do not think that Purple should have put Ben and Kenzie together.
No.
Because they were horrible. Like, I thought they were going to blow it for them.
Oh, yeah. And they were.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they didn't put Hunter, because he's kind of a proven dude, put him in the middle.
Yeah.
To get the most pieces.
The most pieces done.
Because I feel like he could have really stretched their lead out.
Yeah.
And he was telling them how to put the puzzle together anyway. At the beginning and
what killed me on this is Ben and Kenzie are just struggling with this side part, and it's basically, I don't know, a couple feet tall or whatever, and one of them said, hey, let's work top down, and I'm like, what the heck, top down, like gravity, you guys, like you're gonna have to be, one person's just gonna have to be holding the pieces while someone else is doing it. I'm like, no, work bottom up. Like, I was just,
and
it was
I feel like, I don't know, I like doing puzzles, and I feel like the outline you can match up pretty quick.
Super easy.
But
I don't know why.
Of course, I'm not starving for 12 days.
Yeah.
But still, like, just match up those outlines, at least on one side, and you can match up the outlines on the next one, I feel like.
Yeah. And Orange was doing pretty good. It was a little nerve-wracking there.
Yeah.
I was like,
they got super close.
Yeah. But Purple ended up...
Yeah, Hunter pulls it out.
Pulling it out.
Those last pieces.
And getting that win. So that was huge for Hunter and his
crew
Q and his like new alliance type thing.
Yeah.
So.
And so, yeah, it was way closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Purple gets it. They're all immune. They've made the merge. They get to go have a meal, not a feast.
I hated that scene. One of my pet peeves is chewing and like loud chewers, and like it was unreal. And I get it; they're all starving and like just want to pound it, but like, oh my gosh, I was just like, I'm gonna fast forward this part because all I can hear are people like chewing and. It was bad, and I was like looking at the video. I'm like, I can tell it's like Tevin and Ben. Like,
yeah. Oh, they're just going to town.
It was horrible.
Which is freaking hilarious,
right?
But do you think it was kind of funny how they're all going as a group, and then that's our ticket. That's our meal ticket right there.
100%.
See ya.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like right down the beach from their camp.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could smell it.
Oh, I'm sure
as they're bathing in the ocean. Like,
bad.
It smells so good.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So then,
go ahead.
So then I was just gonna say, like, then obviously the next part is just people talking. It's just showing people talking, and it really is just Siga versus Nami in like everyone's conversation.
Well, it's funny because they're kind of like a name for a name.
Yeah.
And Tevin is very quick to throw out Venus. Like, she's on the outs. Nobody likes her.
Right.
I don't know what other damage he threw her or shade he threw her away. But he was very forthcoming up front. Like, boom. Mm-hmm. But also, I believe here is Hunter says he can't vote.
Yeah.
At the mill.
Yeah.
Which, I guess that was a signal saying, like, I didn't win when I went on the journey, so I can't vote.
Right.
So maybe he's just kind of playing that gameplay, like, hey, I'm honest, and I lost my vote because I couldn't do the challenge.
Yeah, and at this point, it's kind of like a non-issue for him. I think it does more good saying that and like building that trust with people than like holding on to that, because he's not on the chopping block. And
no, he's safe. Yeah. He doesn't have to worry about it, which he's probably relieved. He's like, oh, I'm glad I'm on the winning tribe, save my idol. Because I bet if he was on switch him and Charlie, he would totally be on the chopping block.
100%.
Yeah, because everyone
was smart.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So Tevin throws out Venus's name, and then it goes back over to like Tim and Ben, and they're not saying anything.
Right.
And it's all perception. And I don't think they understand the perception that they're giving off. You've got Tevin and Hunter, but you also have all of Yanu, and they all see this like, you're not doing anything to help the group.
Right.
Okay, it's definitely going to be a Siga now, because we're going to take these 3, come with these 5, and we're coming in.
Yeah.
And that's the game, though, is like, you have to perceive or try and perceive what they are perceiving, and you have to look like you're going to give somebody up. It doesn't have to be you. Yes, it's probably going to get back to that person because they have a lot of time before tribal. But
you got to do something.
You have to do something, especially if they're giving a name out first. It's like, well, I had to give them somebody.
Right.
But you can go to that person that they gave up and go, hey, they're totally targeting you. You want to come work with us?
Right.
You know, you have to do something to get that perception in your favor.
100%.
And Ben and Tim did not do that.
They did not do that at all. They didn't do that at all. So Venus. So basically, what gets finally talked about is basically Venus and Mariah. Yeah. And so Venus kind of freaks out a little bit, and she's just like, no. But like, people tell her the plan that her name's being thrown out, but it's going to be Mariah that's going home. Yeah. But for whatever reason, she loses her mind about that, and she is like shooting herself in the foot, trying to get that switch off of her. And I'm like, just go with the plan. Like, what are you doing?
If anything, Venus on this one, like, yes, nobody wants their name to be thrown out there. I get that. But, man, it would be a hard position or a hard pill to swallow. Like, wait, are they lying to me?
Yeah.
Are they not lying to me? Is this
right?
Really? So you would really have to go to each individual person that was at the meal and go, hey,
yeah,
they threw my name out there. Is that true?
Yeah.
And then follow up like, okay, you threw my name out there, but who are you voting for?
Mm-hmm.
Are you voting for me or are you voting for Venus or Mariah? And yes, they could lie to you again, but this is where you're going to have to try and scramble a little bit and really get a good read on people to figure out,
right?
Are they lying or are they not lying?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, but you could always tell that Venus was going to be great TV because she is going to blow up, and she has like that, I don't know, that Persian rage. I guess
she's pretty like fiery when like her back's against the wall. I like her. I want her to stay. There's a bunch of people I want to go home before her.
Oh
Soda,
yeah, for sure.
fun. But
Liz.
Yeah.
You know what was funny when they were giving her confessionals though? Like, did she just get out of makeup?
Yeah.
Her hair was spotless. Like, how did you get that mud out?
Right?
Like, did you use Ariel's comb from the underworld?
Yeah, I think she did, man.
Oh my gosh. Like, it was, I don't know, Pantene Pro V perfect. I was very surprised. It was hilarious to see. I was just like, man, I didn't think they had access to stuff like that.
Right.
Oh. But so yeah, Tiff and Q, they're doing great at kind of playing both sides, getting information from both sides.
Yeah, I was pretty like impressed with Q and his ability to kind of like read through things when he was like talking to Mariah and all that stuff, and just kind of like, oh, this girl's kind of snake. Like, we gotta get her.
Get her. So. But I'm sorry. In my course, we only get the edit that we get.
Yeah.
Now, because if it was me, I'd be like, let's not go Mariah. She's no challenge threat.
Yeah.
She knows the game. Who cares?
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything. I feel like she's she's like the GOAT you want to bring her with.
Right.
Same thing with Venus.
Yeah.
Because she's rubbing so many people the wrong way.
No,
you want to bring her.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I feel like these tribes could have done so much better. Where it's like, okay, well, Charlie knows the game and a lot of Taylor Swift, but let's get him out.
Yeah.
Like, he could be a bigger challenge.
Is that who you would have targeted then? Charlie? Or?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Him or, like, because Soda, I'm not worried about challenge-wise.
I'm not worried about Soda, Venus, Mariah.
Liz.
Maria.
Yeah. Like, I'm not worried about any of them, really.
Yeah, and Maria, like, Q and them kind of have a alliance with,
So I probably would have gone Charlie.
Yeah.
Said to everyone else, Mariah, we're going to go Mariah.
Yeah.
But then I would have totally targeted Charlie. Because, I don't know, I just don't feel like Mariah or Venus is a threat to win.
I don't either. I think they're kind of on the bottom of everything right now,
So, I don't know. So they go to Tribal, and this is where Mo throws up and starts telling the truth.
Yeah.
But Q is good at kind of like getting more out of her. Like, well, I understand you want to say that now to save your own skin.
Yeah.
But too little, too late.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down here. Why didn't you tell people earlier? Too little, too late. Like,
and I wonder how much she knew they were throwing her name around camp after the meal, because I would think it would get back to him.
Yeah,
from Ben or Tim,
from anyone, right?
And so, I don't know. Like, I think Mariah kind of shot herself in the foot and doing too little, too late. And I also think it's hilarious that Venus thinks she's the mastermind. And it's like, Venus, you're probably the next to go.
Right.
But
shouldn't be, but
you shouldn't be, because I would definitely keep you, because you are rubbing everyone the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to tell you earlier, because I would keep her, because no one's voting for you at the end.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, you want to keep your alliance, but you want to bring some other people along that anyone in your alliance could beat.
Yeah.
Like.
And so, boom.
Yeah.
She goes home.
Yeah, so she played her shot in the dark, right?
She played her shot in the dark. So she didn't vote. Hunter, of course, didn't vote.
Yeah.
Tevin gets his extra vote.
Yeah.
Because that's the first time they've been to tribal.
Right.
Watching who voted for who, everyone voted for Mariah except Charlie. Charlie voted for Venus. Probably, if she was safe, at least Venus would go home then.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, is Venus going to go back and like, okay, who wrote my name down?
Right.
But
yeah.
No, I wrote Mo. That was the game plan.
Yeah. No,
everyone would lie.
Yeah.
No one wrote your name down.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So obviously her shot in the dark doesn't work.
No, not lucky.
Goes home.
Yeah, she went home. So not a huge character, but oh well.
So then the teaser for next week, Jeff says 2 people are
going home,
getting the chop. So
I assume it's going to be a man and a woman are both safe, and so I wonder, are they even going to break it up that way, or are they going to do another rock draw? You guys have your own separate tribals.
I don't know
what's going to happen.
Do you think it'll be two people at the same tribal or 2 separate tribals, like
I don't know,
with a immunity competition in between, or I don't know.
No, because the way it looked like, he's explaining the immunity challenge,
immunity, and he's like,
and he's telling people, and that's why I'm like, okay, with that edit, are they going to split it up into 2 tribes or 2 groups? Whoever wins is immune. That group votes together. The other group, they vote together. And then whoever lasts longest in the challenge, their group might get a reward, like food, but they also go to tribal first and then watch the next tribal. Yeah. That's
interesting.
Some options that they have.
It'll be interesting, I guess. I also noticed in that little teaser, Tiff was throwing a bit of shade at Q. And
it's not the Q show.
Yeah.
And it looks like she was talking to Kenzie on that. So he must have ruffled their feathers in some sort of way.
Yeah, he must have overstepped something.
And I feel like when you're at the merge there, and you have to be really cognizant of your tribe that you were with. Like, hey, just stay on point and don't overstep your bounds. Like, guys, how can we work together to get as far as we can and get these other tribes out of there?
Just play both of your alliances. Like,
totally. And so I feel like he must have done something, said something that didn't fly.
Maybe putting
well.
Kenzie or Tiff up as like
I don't think he would put Tiff, because that's his number 1.
I don't think he would either, but maybe Kenzie and Tiff didn't like it. Something like that. I don't know.
We'll see. I'm excited to find out, though.
Yeah. I am as well.
I'm now enjoying the season.
Yeah.
I feel like the first half was a little slow.
Yeah, the separate tribe was kind of...
It was slow.
It was just slow because it was just Yanu every time. And it was just, I don't know, it was just annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting some more like dynamics going and a lot more kind of the behind the back stuff.
And I like that. Yeah. Okay, right now, who's your pick? Still Hunter?
To win?
Yeah, to win.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm still going with Q.
Okay.
I think he can pull it out.
All right. I'll go with Hunter at this point because I feel like he is cognizant and very aware of what's going on. And now he's got that advantage in his back pocket. Yeah. And I feel like him and Tevin are super tight.
I do too.
And Tevin's very self-aware of what's going on.
I just feel like any chance that people get, they're going to try to get him out.
Yeah.
And whereas Q, I think, is a little lower on the totem pole than that. I think Q has a really good political game. Yeah, but maybe I also not see this next episode.
With who Hunter's going against?
Yeah.
Who's he going to lose to?
Right.
He could just go on this massive run.
I agree. He could just win everything.
Yeah. And then when it comes to fire making, I'll put myself in.
Yeah.
These guys suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So I'll go with Hunter. Who do you think goes home next?
Next week, I do believe it will be Venus.
Venus is on the block.
Oh, I guess 2 people.
Yeah.
if I got to do two people, I'm gonna say Venus and Liz. I think.
Okay, same tribe, huh?
Different tribe. Liz? Oh no, sorry. No.
Both Nami.
Yeah, not Liz. Who am I thinking of?
Maria?
Maria? No. I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe Liz. I don't know. I think Venus.
Okay, Venus for sure.
Venus for sure, and then not sure on the second.
Okay. I'm gonna say Soda is gonna go home. And Tim.
Tim.
I think Tim might be the boot.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's playing that well.
I don't think he's super strong in competitions, and I don't think he's playing a good political game. So I could see him going home for sure. But
I'm excited to have two people get voted out.
Yeah, for sure. But I agree. I do think it'll be like a Sika and a Nami.
Yeah.
So I think Venus, and then I'm not sure.
Yeah, even though they tease that it's not the Q show, I think they'll get back together, smooth things over, and move forward to get.
Yeah.
But
maybe Ben.
Yeah, Ben could.
That's what I'm gonna go with. Venus and Ben.
Good choices. All right. Well, that's it. Season 46, episode 6 of Survivor.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited for this next week.
Let us know your thoughts. Keep watching. Keep listening.
Like, subscribe, comment.
All the good stuff.
Fun stuff.
Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Your picks for who's gonna win, who's gonna go home. If you don't agree with us on stuff, let us know.
Best move, let us know.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
But yo ho ho! Till next week.
We'll see ya. The Amazing Survivors Podcast.
Woohoo!